What is going on, guys? Mobile Carrier News here, and some, well, disappointing news for T-Mobile. Basically, T-Mobile's merger wasn't enough to carry out for Dish's network, and I honestly predicted this. So the first time I heard the merger, it was pretty exciting. At this point in time, I had I had T-Mobile, and I was curious to see how they would help out Dish to be the fourth carrier. Because as you all know, T-Mobile bought Sprint, and without Sprint, it basically reduces down to three carriers. So in order to keep competition, I guess, even, Dish was like, we want to be the fourth major carrier. We don't want there to be three because now that there's three, more competition has to heat up. So Dish got involved and the FCC got involved as well, and they all agreed and said, okay, we'll help Dish become, the fourth major carrier. So basically, T-Mobile made an agreement that they will give 20,000 towers of their own for free to Dish, well, so they can build out their 5G network. And also, they also sold Boost Mobile, and since Sprint owned Boost Mobile, T-Mobile basically sold Boost Mobile to Dish for I believe for people with low income to afford cellular data, and they were doing pretty good for the most part until T-Mobile started cutting corners. They were doing empty promises, and they were honestly trying to bring Dish Mobile down. No, Dish Wireless. They're trying to bring Dish down because they were going to remove the CDMA networks from Boost Mobile, and that's what Dish is using. And Dish didn't really like that idea because since they're barely starting out their network, they're going to shut down their service. So now Dish customers have to get new cell phones, and it's going to be a hassle. And basically, Boost Mobile would have been useless. They'd have to adapt to 4G LTE, and Dish has not even close to be building their own LTE network. It'll probably take them 10 years, along with 5G. So Dish was cutting a lot of corners. They weren't doing any promises at all. They were actually manipulating. I don't think they wanted Dish to be the fourth major carrier. And with this, people were not really trusting in T-Mobile. I don't know what was going on. They were basically saying, why is T-Mobile doing this? They're cutting corners. They were calling the Dish CEO was calling T-Mobile CEO the Grinch or something like that. And they were not very happy with that. So what Dish did in the end, they basically cut ties with T-Mobile. They basically said, you know what, we're done with you. We're tired of this manipulation. You do not want us to be the fourth major carrier. You're trying to screw us over. So they went to AT&T. And because of that, I do not blame Dish for going to AT&T. I know AT&T will not cut corners with Dish because, I'm pretty sure because Dish has a good connection with T-Mobile Dish regarding the network. The network can do pretty good with Dish Network. I just don't really believe T-Mobile was cut out for this. Don't get me wrong, like they were up to the challenge to build their own network plus help with Dish, but just T-Mobile wasn't really working out with them. And it's honestly best that Dish honestly left T-Mobile because at the end Dish was going to go to a downfall, not like bankruptcy, but with T-Mobile cutting corners and trying to mess up with everything, they weren't going to have a good 5G service at the end. And Dish didn't want that. I think Dish Network saw this coming. They were literally saying, we cannot have this. We need to have a better network. We can't let T-Mobile just push us around. Dish is honestly, I looked them up, they're $1 billion company. And also is T-Mobile. And Dish was basically, I'm pretty sure the whole team was gathering up in a meeting. They were saying, we're $1 billion company. We can't let another $1 billion company just mess around with us like that and not let us have the best service. So what did they do? They left and went to AT&T. Now, Dish and T-Mobile originally had a 7-year plan to use the network for T-Mobile, but since all that has been cut off, what basically happened now is Dish is with AT&T, and Dish is going to do a 10-year contract rather than a 7-year contract. And I think a 10-year contract is much better. It gives them more leverage, gives them more time to build their 5G network. And honestly, AT&T won't screw them over because AT&T never merged with anybody. AT&T never merged with Sprint. AT&T, I believe, is fair. I mean, a lot of companies are not really fair, but I think AT&T will be actually much nicer to Dish than T-Mobile was. AT&T is the second largest carrier in the United States, so I do give them credit for that. And their network is not really that much congested. They have the new Ultimate Elite plan, so customers can use as much data as they want. And overall, I think T-Mobile really has to. I think T-Mobile will have a hard time being trusted again if they ever merge with it. If there ever comes a time when there's a fifth carrier that comes along and they need help, I don't think they'll hit up T-Mobile because T-Mobile is just not trustworthy enough for what they did to Dish Network. So, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think T-Mobile is not trustworthy as it used to be? Do you guys think Dish will Dish will never go back to them? Or do you think if anybody wants the help from T-Mobile, will they get help? I don't think so. I think T-Mobile has a long way to go. I think T-Mobile needs to learn their lesson on why they did this, and just it's not good for their record or reputation, as I would say, because you need to build trust in a company, and if you cut corners with the company, you don't treat them well. No other company is going to hit you up. It's just going to be a no trustworthy zone for T-Mobile. But I mean, the merger, it was a success for T-Mobile, and I honestly can tell they didn't want to deal with Dish Network. They wanted to do with their own things. But like the whole merger thing came along, the FCC, no, we can't let you just take all the wealth and everything. So the good thing is about Dish is that they have 20,000 towers still of T-Mobile. I don't think they lost those towers. So those towers will be converted into Dish wireless networks while they're still using AT&T. So as long as Dish has something, as long as they have 20,000 towers, I think this should be fine. Because I can't imagine Dish spending billions of dollars making their own towers and trying to improve it and test the network. I just think that's a hassle. But with these 20,000 towers that I still believe Dish has, I think this should be fine. Honestly, think they're okay. What do you guys think about this? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.